Thank you, Clayton. It's never too early to start thinking about what impact Obamacare will have on your wallet. Our next guest has the pros and cons of one insurance option. It's called the HSA, or Health Savings Account. He's the executive director of the American Bankers Association's HSA Council. Kevin McKechnie joins us now. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. It's
All right.
a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so let's take a look at this and kind of how it breaks down here. Here's the 2013 HSA info. This is contribution limits, deductibles, and out-of-pocket expenses. So a single minimum deductible would be $1,200, minimum out-of-pocket $6,200, family $2,500, and then up to $12,500. What are we looking at?
These are the maximums. This is where your liability is capped. That's the beauty of these programs. You're looking at a much more expensive 2014 and 2013. This product is designed for people who want to cap their obligations and save money for their future health care needs. This is not a small thing. Fidelity Investments says that if you and I were to retire now, we're going to need about $240,000 to get us from retirement to the grave. That's a lot of money.
So what's the pros? What are the biggest pros here?
The biggest pros is that when the Affordable Care Act actually comes into effect in 2014 and every American is going to be required to have health insurance, this is going to be the most affordable product you can buy by a lot. And so we think that you're going to be needing to save money over time. We know this is going to be the most affordable thing. This is where the millions of Americans who don't have health insurance are going to land.
All right. And you said the architecture of the account is a big pro.
It's a huge pro because look at Indiana. Indiana switched over its entire state health plan so that 90% of the people that are in that plan have HSAs. What have they got? They've got $54 million in the account for future health care needs, and that doesn't happen in a traditional health care plan.
All right. Conversely, there are cons. What are they?
There are a couple. Because the deductibles are your obligation, there are some places where there's not going to be a contribution from an employer into the account. That can leave you a little bit bare, and so you really are going to have to do some individual diligence and save that money because you have to spend it before you can access insurance benefits, with the exception of preventive care.
And you can't purchase over-the-counter drugs, is that correct?
Not anymore. That was one of the trade-aways for the Affordable Care Act, which was before you could do that, and now you can't. And so there have been a number of efforts in Congress to reverse that, but so far they've been unsuccessful.
You might have some high out-of-pocket costs.
You can, although the deductibles are where it starts, but every plan in America has to be statutorily capped at $12,500, just like HSAs have always been. And that's actually low because a traditional 90-10 plan, that 10%, what we call coinsurance, it can go on forever. And so somebody who has a major illness or a chronic disease, you could be looking at 10% of $250,000. That's $25,000, way more than $12,500.
All right. Thank you very much, Kevin. We
Thank you
appreciate
for having
joining
me.
us today. We'll get more information on our website.